This is how the Zoom app looks on your phone. On the left hand side, 1 minute. So on the left hand side, you see the mute button, unmute button. So if this is like this, if the button is like this, what is happening? Can somebody raise a hand and tell me if the button is like this, what does that mean?
It is unmute.
You have to raise a hand, Srinivas. Aishwarya?
Okay, sir. And sir, mute is we should talk. Unmute is don't talk.
Yes, that is a good explanation. When it is mute, when it is like this, when it is like the first one, that means whatever you are speaking, everyone in the meeting can hear that. If the button is like this, that means even if you are speaking, nobody will be able to hear because your microphone is mute. Okay, sounds good. Next one. Can some of you raise a hand and tell me what does this mean? Surya? Surya, you can unmute your mic and then tell the answer.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Surya.
Sir, tell one more time the question.
I'm not going to tell you, Surya. You are not sitting in a silent place.
Sir, I raised hand for that unmute and mute. You ask no question. That one.
Okay, Surya, listen to what I'm saying. It looks like you are not sitting in a silent place. I can hear a lot of disturbance from you. So whenever the class is going on, please go and sit in a different room or ask your parents or family members to be little silent for some time. Otherwise, whenever you open your mic, there will be a lot of disturbance for the class and no one will be able to hear properly. So this is for everyone. Whenever you are attending the class, it will be best if you sit in a silent place. Otherwise, everyone in the meeting will get disturbed and that is not a good experience for everyone. So that's why I request everyone to sit in a silent place. Okay, so I'm asking the question again.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Karthik. So I'm asking the question
sorry
again.
for the late, sir.
No problems, Karthik. You can. I haven't started the class yet, so we will go to the class in 1 or 2 minutes. So if I'm asking a question, if the symbol is like this on your Zoom app, what does that mean? Gokul?
It's like showing our face in the screen, sir, on
Yes.
the video.
Yes, that means the video is switched on and everyone in the meeting can see your face. Okay, next question. What does this mean? When the button is like this, what is happening? What does that mean? Yogita?
So sir, this means we can't see our face if it's like cross.
Yes, that means your video is switched off. That means no one would be able to see what is happening or no one would be able to see your face. Okay, and there will be something like the 3 dots on your Zoom app. If you click that, this one will show up. Why do you think this is useful? Why do you think this white box is useful? Aishwarya?
Sir, when we should come in mute and talk, no, sir, it is disturbance. We can do thumbs up or clap, sir.
Nice, very good answer. Every time you don't need to unmute and then speak. You can also use these buttons. You can also use these reactions. Also, you can use this chat box. You can, if you want to send some message to the meeting, you can use this chat button and then send a message. Okay.
Sir,
And
I don't
yes,
have I don't have the meeting setting.
Which one you don't have, Yogita? Meeting settings?
So, that one I don't have.
I will explain. Yeah, every one of us are using a different phone, right? Yogita is using a different phone. Surya is using a different phone. I'm using a laptop. So everyone is using different devices. So it doesn't look like the same thing in all the phones, but these are the main functionalities. Maybe the unmute button is not here. Maybe it is somewhere here. So the place or location of the button will be different, but the functionality of the button will be the same. So even if you don't see the meeting settings, it is okay because we are not using that often, right? We haven't used that at all. So it is okay if you don't see the meeting settings button, but other important functionalities you should be able to find on your screen. Did you understand, Yogita?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone has any questions before we move on to the class?
Sir,
Yes, Aishwarya. What is one thing that you did a mistake now? What is one thing that you did a mistake right now?
I not raise my hand.
Yes, please raise your hand from next time. But yeah, ask the question.
Okay, sir. Sir, when you starting the recording now, sir, how
Yes.
we can start the recording, sir?
You cannot start the recording. Only who is organizing the meeting, they will only start the recording. So you are just participating in the meeting, right? So you cannot start the recording. I am conducting the meeting. So only I will be able to record the meeting. Very good
Okay,
question. Yes. So I'm just erasing all of
Hello,
these.
sir.
Yes, Surya.
Sir, in center share having no, that what, sir?
That is, you don't need to use that, but that is about, for example, you can see my screen, right? You can see the lesson. You can see this image. For that purpose, I'm using. So let me tell you. So Surya is asking about this button. She's asking about what will this button do. All of you can see my screen, right? All of you can see this image on your screen. So I am
Yes, sir.
sharing this screen with all of you. So that is why I'm using the share button. You don't need to do this. Only the meeting organizer should be able to do it. But good question anyway. You don't need to use that, Surya. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So, sir, we can't also use because if we are a host, then only we can share something. If
Yes.
not, then we can't.
Yes, that is correct. Very good explanation, Yogita. If anyone wants to share anything, I will make you the host and then you can share. Since I am the host now, only I will be able to share. But in a future meeting, if there is a need that somebody else wants to share, for example, Yogita wants to share something, I will make Yogita the host and then Yogita will be able to share her screen or share her images, something like that. So we don't need to use that button very often, but if there is a need for that, I will talk to you and explain to you.
Sir,
Yes.
so sir, in a meeting, there will be only one host, na?
There can be many people. There can be many hosts. For example, yesterday, right? Yesterday in the maths class, I was one of the hosts and Ria Miss was one of the hosts. So there can be many hosts. Okay, guys, any other questions before we move on to the class? If you have questions, you can raise your hand. Yes, Gokul?
Sir, there is like more having no.
Yes.
More, there is a 3 dotted no.
Yes.
It, after it no, like more, one more having no, that 3 dots. What is that, sir?
I don't know, Gokul, how it is looking on your phone. So you can play with it. You can click on them and try to use them. So I don't know which buttons you are talking about. Maybe at the end of the class, I will give you 5 minutes.